Hello everybody, welcome back to another episode of our 4th Age Total War Tharbad campaign, and this is the Assault of Brie, which we are fighting backwards because I'm scared of trolls. Not so much scared of the damage they're going to inflict on my army, but scared that if I look at them with my camera, they will crash my game, as has happened with the past couple of attempts. This one seems to be going okay. They even sneaked across my screen and things didn't explode, so that's fun. Yeah, we are gonna see how this goes. Now I'm kind of just picking my way around to see if there's any troll corpses, and there are not. So I don't know where they are. I know there's 6 of them when we started this this battle, and there's probably 6 of them at the moment. We're gonna go ahead and send the king right up towards the center. This is the city chief of Tharbad. We'll get some routing. Archers probably being chased by the trolls, as a matter of fact, which I'm not going to look at. But so far we've taken out quite a lot of enemies just with archers. So I lined up all the bowmen right here. We've got a ton. We've got like half a dozen of these mariner bowmen, or we did. A couple of mercenaries. We've got longbowmen as well. And so all of those guys, you know, make for a pretty decent lineup. And with these short wooden walls, they're able to pretty easily shoot over them. Okay, there's trolls. I felt the game hiccup a little bit as I got close to them. Oh my gosh! All right, we're just gonna have them halt here and let the fight commence. All right, what's that? Enemy commander slain. All right, that's nice. There is at least one family member here. But we've got our 3 family members, including the king. Now, he's old. He's probably going to die anyway, so I'm willing to risk him in this fight. Let's go ahead and attack the dark swords. There's only 2 of them here. Excellent. Let's follow up with the axemen. I think I want the mariner swords to get up there, and they can attack something. Pikemen can go after the orc raiders, I suppose. We are just getting overwhelmed in terms of numbers. Alright, Orc Raiders now routing. And again, this is, you know, this is not good. Obviously, fighting a battle while you're not looking at what you're fighting, it does bring up some challenges. So I contemplated just cheating ahead to win this fight. You can do that with console commands. It's not perfect. It's not going to give you results as good as you could have won yourself. But if you know, if you got no other option, you've got a bug you're trying to work around, then that's sometimes what you have to do. All right, the pikemen. I think we've got as many men as we want in the line at the moment, fighting. All right, we've got archers now able to fire, so that's good. Let's bring you up a bit closer, you 2. These guys are at fire at will, so they could throw. The problem is they're not seeing any good targets. What's that? That's a heroic death. Yep. These are Dunlandings. Well, this one was. And so I'm okay with him dying, I suppose. Obviously, you'd like to keep your family members. What's this? These are Adunabar nobles. A cav unit. Maybe the trolls are dead now. I see some troll bodies, actually. I think I see some troll bodies. I think we killed them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 6. I think we're good. I think we're good with trolls. Okay. All right, we did it. So it wasn't even the trolls that killed our family member, but it was these Adunabar nobles. Well, that's nice to know that really wasn't what did it. I guess we could have got the pikemen out front. Let's push them through. Maybe let's push this other family member back. That tends to result in death. All right, we got him. That's great. You know, if there's one errant troll, I think I'm going to still risk it. We're just going to, or not risk it, rather. We're not going to risk it. We're going to go very slow. Actually, I think we're good. We're good now. They're all gone. Okay, no more trolls. Now we've got Orc Raiders and some Horsemen of the Shades in the battle center, the plaza there. So that's just fine. We may as well use this bodyguard since he's going to disappear anyway, his men. And we've got a couple archers. Let's bring up you a little farther. Let's bring up you a little bit closer. And yep, you can halt. Shield wall. And actually, let's just send you into grind and see what you can do. This is probably going to work out just fine. Alright, let's go in now with our Mariner swordsmen, who are fresh and going to be easily able to cut through the Orc Raiders. Great. And you know, we didn't even lose our king yet. Granted, he is down to just 2 men. Alright, let's call it here. A clear victory. We lost more than we needed to, I'm sure. But on the other hand, you know, the way I played the beginning of it was just line up my archers, like I said, and they are going to do a lot of work for you. They took very few losses outside the walls. So with that, we got Brie. Let's go ahead and occupy. And yes, we lost Forlong. Oh, actually, no, that's too bad. I think we kept the Dunlanding. Argaleb? No, he's in a Yorling. Okay, good. I'm glad we got him, because he's young enough. Forlong, I can't remember how good he was, but regardless. And we've got the king still. We've got Merchant King of Tharbad, who is old, but now he's... well, he hasn't gotten any wounded traits, so that's nice. All right. I'm going to get a little emissary queued up to avoid bribery, and the provincial pacification is already built here. That's because Adunabar took this from their United Kingdom and was working on their own dominion building. So we'll just... actually, I don't even know if I want to bother repairing the walls. It may be good if they're going to attack me. Maybe just let them bust through, right? In fact, there may have been some gaps in the walls. Typically, all I did was bust down the gate. And typically when that happens, you don't have any damage you need to repair. So probably the damage to the walls were done by trolls when Adunabar attacked Brie a few turns ago. All right, I think we're low on agents. I think that's one thing we want to fix. Yeah, we've got one down in Eisenmarch. We've got another in Western Holland, and then we've got another near Weathertop. I wouldn't mind having a fourth. And so let's build one out of Tharbad. We'll get another scout. Now, about that troll thing, right? Like, if you're familiar with the mod, you know this has been somewhat of an issue with that particular troll model. But as you may remember, a couple of videos ago, I fought them no problem, or at least the one troll, right? And so I don't know what it is, if it's just the number of them, if it's what else is going on in the battlefield. Not sure exactly what the trigger is, but it's always good to save and make sure you've got a backup plan before you fight trolls. Okay, so with that, we are making a good amount of money, but I want to save it for when we can start to build up Brie. Let's get the population as happy as we can, and let's take a look at some of the buildings, actually. So we've got a nice little selection here. We're not seeing a lot of money yet, of course. Actually, no, we are, because the pacification building, I guess, we're getting 1,300 trade tariffs. So that's very good, and once we start to get the law buildings in, this mismanagement will go down, especially once we start making this guy our governor. He is intelligent, so even though he is currently a poor governor, that will improve. That is going to get better. And he's an Aorling, which gives him a +2 to law, so that's going to be very nice. Again, we've got some opinion of liege problems, but that is all going to get better. For now, I'll just leave the king and him together. And let's bring up another unit of archers, because now Brie is going to be the front line. I suppose that frees up 3 ways, right, for more building, I guess, more confident construction plans, because we know we're not going to be attacked here. Although, I guess we could be attacked in 3 ways, because Amon Sul still technically borders us, Western Rudour still technically borders Northern Cardaland, so we will have to keep an eye out. But I think Brie will realistically be the target from Illuminas and Fornost. And we're going to screw things up in a couple of turns here with our army marching up towards Rivendell. This is just a small force under Boda of Londair. He's very light, mostly archers. We're going to try to catch him by surprise and maybe draw them off. Who knows? This may be a disaster. But I was looking at what Brie has. It has some unique stuff. They've already got a market built, which is nice. If you're playing as the Reunited Kingdom in this mod, Brie starts with a ranger hold built already, so you can start getting rangers of the north, which is a very interesting, nice ranger unit. And then they've also got the prancing pony. So this is fantastic. This is going to give us a little bit of a happiness boost, but also some trade goods. And let's take a look at that before I completely forget. What are we trading in Brie? It is pipeweed. We are trading with Bucklebury, which does not produce pipeweed. Bucklebury is, what is it, the Buckland, right? And so this is just a very small region, actually. It's tiny, but it's the only one it's the only land border to our west, I guess. Otherwise, we got some rivers and stuff. And it doesn't have pipeweed, so we're selling that to them. We're also selling pipeweed down to 3 ways. We're importing iron and livestock. So this is fantastic. We're going to actually get to experience the export side of pipeweed. So that'll be very fun. Let's just end the season here. Okay. Yep, they're moving. It looks like they're moving towards Brie. I guess I could be wrong there. Let's bring you down here. What is this? All right, some cultists. These are not a problem. And really none of this is a problem. Some orcs, very low tier orc band. And here, again, low tier stuff. So that's very encouraging. Let's get my other scout from Tharbad, who is sneaky, and we'll use him. I'm going to move him here. And he's going to kind of work things from this angle. And we'll send our other scout up towards Fornost, which we can't quite see. I'm just keeping an eye on a Numenest, but maybe we should move the emissary over to see if there's anything big just out of sight of our spy. And there's not. Fornost has very little. If I had to guess, I would say that's probably a family member inside there. There tends... When there's only one unit inside of a place, it tends to be a family member. The AI, for some reason, likes leaving family members inside settlements almost completely alone. All right, there's our emissary to guard against bribery, and we can now afford fiefdom dominion, so we have to do that. Okay, he's got Lordship of Southern Arthedain, which is... What is that? Oh, that's Sarnford, right. That's okay. He can hold on to it. And that means that this other guy's going to get Brie then, just naturally. So I won't have to worry about artificially making that happen. And let's scout out Rivendell. Okay, just 2 guys here. I don't think there's anything that can be hiding in the woods there. Let's head up north. I'm really curious about the high pass. I think that's here. Or is it more here? It says Hithaglir. It's going to say Hithaglir for the impassable mountains themselves, but for the high pass, I think it'll say high pass. So we can't quite see it yet. So I will dip over there, but we may as well keep moving as far as we can get. He's got nice line of sight. And just checking on the south here, yeah, Rohan and Dunland still kind of at a stalemate. Although Rohan, it looks like they are poised to start making some inroads into Dunland, and we don't have any issues down here. So, some more discussion with Webba on the Discord recently. Oh, and here we got some problems at 3 ways, so I will have to deal with that. But he showed me how his start went. This is very interesting to see. So Webba's watching the series here, which is awesome, and he's also starting up another Tharbad campaign to see how things go for him, and it's really instructive to see how he plans things versus how I plan things. I think the way I plan things is I don't plan things so much as I see opportunities and jump on them like a squirrel after a falling acorn or something, right? Like I don't have a lot of patience. and I don't have plans that tend to survive over more than like a few turns. But what he is really good at is making those plans and sort of developing strength, which is something that I'm always struggling with, whether it's the economy or like a good military. I'm always kind of feeling like I'm going by the seat of my pants in a lot of campaigns. And I'm sure it's by just nature of the way that I play. But looking at where he's going with his campaign, 10 turns in, he's got like a nice economy rolling along. He's got a nice strong position, and he's conquered less than I have. Well, actually, I think he's conquered about the same, but he's made one difference. He actually took Rivendell. And so that's this settlement down here, which you may remember I had under siege for about one turn a little while ago before noticing that Adunabar had Brie under siege and Amunsul under siege. And I thought, well, I've got a trade partner and an ally in the Reunited Kingdom, which owned both of these. I want to preserve that trade, at least, for a little while. And so I'm thinking I can always get this later, right? Which is true. I can always come back and get these rebel settlements in the sense that no one else is going to get them. But what's not true is that, or what is equally true, I guess, is that I'm also not benefiting from the passive income that I could be having, like I am enjoying in Sarnford right now, right? Had I just gone ahead and assaulted Rivendell instead of trying to wait out the siege, or indeed, had I assaulted Sarnford instead of waiting 5 turns for that to just fall to me, I could have been benefiting from that income for longer, and I would have more freedom in terms of where my military could go, right? So because I hate assaulting, that's like my least favorite type of battle, that I just, for the most part, I will avoid doing that. I'll just sort of sit and wait for it to fall or wait for the enemy to sally or get reinforcements. But I should assault more if the odds are good. So with Webba showing me that he was able to take this and then grab these kind of at his leisure, Rivendell's really nice. It's got horses, which he pointed out is a good trade good, better, more lucrative than livestock, I guess, which is, again, something I've never really compared on the trade scroll exactly what the difference is between these two trade goods. But Rivendell doesn't, or rather it is the only province that has horses in the area. So if you get this, all of a sudden you're trading with Three Ways, with Tharbad, maybe with, no, not with Sarnford, but with the other two for sure, with horses. And so your economy is just getting that much better. So if I had to do over again, yeah, I'd be a little more aggressive actually against the rebels. My usual play is to let them sit there because they're not going to attack me, and AI factions are going to attack me. But I think what that does is it hurts my economy long term. So it's an interesting lesson. So that is kind of on the menu for today, or it was until I saw this, right? We took Brie, of course, but we do have to deal with this. And I don't know what these units are. They're possibly just more orcs. Like, I don't know where these guys came from. But let's see what we have down in Greyholm. Because the other thing is, I could be more aggressive with this force, I think. We've got a family member here who's the governor. This is the heir, the merchant prince of Tharbad. And he's doing fine. And then we've got this other guy who's competent, Gondorian descent. He is shadow-touched, but he's intelligent. You know, he could be a good candidate for a governor. So let's do this. Let's take all of these guys. We'll leave a unit of archers as garrison, and we'll march everybody else up to Three Ways. We'll swat this army away, and then we'll use this force to take Greyholm. And that may not happen this episode, but that's going to be the goal. Meanwhile, I've already queued up the big expense in Brie. Let's get some more bowmen going, and then maybe some more military, like melee guys. Swanfleet was the other thing. Oh, this is a homeland too. I forgot that. So I could have, I could use this guy to govern in Swanfleet, get the construction bonuses, but I think we're just going to have to, do what we can building up Swanfleet without those benefits. Yet another thing I've been neglecting is building up Londare. We do have the carpenters. So that's great, but I haven't really been using it because I've been building fiefdom dominions and things. So the carpenters are going to give us a discount to building in Londair, and I'd like to remember to build before we lose this guy. He's seasoned. There's really, that said, there's not much point in building these things, I think, right now. The Hall of Banquets is good for public order, so is the Yard of Fountains. This actually is going to give us a bit of income. So if we take a look there, it's going to bring in 20 or so, and it's going to cost, 30 or so in upkeep. It is going to, I think, yeah, it's going to save some mismanagement, so that will make up for it. But it doesn't feel super necessary here because the public order is not a problem. What I'd like to do is land clearance because that's just going to give us more production. So try to remember that for next time. And with regard to Brie, this guy hasn't gotten his lordship yet. I'd like him to soon. Let's see if there's any mercenaries. There's Cav. I think Brie is, yeah, it's in the same merc pool. All right. Well, what's not in the same merc pool is Greyholm, and I bet we can do some training here. No, we can't. We already used up those mercs. All right. What about? Can I get you back to the city? We'll just steal a couple of mercenaries from Dunland, and we'll send them up there. And then you can go back and govern. All right, I think that's good. We've moved everybody around here. So let's see the response. We're probably going to be under siege in Brie. Probably in 3 ways, too. No. None of them. Okay. So maybe they're seeing that I've moved forces over towards Rivendell, and maybe that's what this army is doing. Elendil of the Cold Fells. Meanwhile, here we've got a Lieutenant Radruin. Let's see what he is.
Secrecy is assured.
All right, nothing to worry about. All right, bring you back down because I'd like to get a spy further out into the north to see what kind of settlements they've got. Like this. This is the kind of thing I want to see. Okay, I'm going to queue him up there because, not that I actually want to spy on this force, but this will, I think, next turn, if I've got him queued up to have a mission there, he's going to go there, and so I'll at least know where this army is. Okay. All right. Argaleb is Lord of the Brie land. Awesome. So I guess we can do this. Wait, did I just... Did I... Oh, no, no, no. I mean, I got a bunch of money back, but... Oh, that's so frustrating. So I was... This existed. Oh, here's the problem. Okay, I shouldn't have done this. Clicking local governance does have one side effect. What it does is it tells the computer, destroy anything that is not doing you any good or that you didn't build. And in this case, what was constructed here was the provincial pacification, but it was not mine. It was Adunabar's. So even though I could build off of it to start building my own fiefdom dominion, which I was doing, that fiefdom dominion was not finished, and so the game saw the provincial pacification as existing there and deleted it as soon as I checked local governance. So if you ever invade a place and you want to set it up to get, the right opinion of liege traits like we've been talking about, don't check this unless you're really sure that that's what you want to do. Like, usually what I'll do is I'll destroy the homeland dominion or whatever that belonged to my enemy, and then I'll just make sure I get the loot for all the buildings I want to destroy, and then tick this. Very occasionally, I will conquer a place that I don't want to destroy the Dominion building just yet because the public order is on the knife's edge, right? And I know if I do that, I'm going to hurt public order all across my realm a little bit. So what I want to do is just let that stand for a few turns while I finish a Dominion building somewhere else, let's say. So occasionally I will keep this unchecked in those types of situations. I just forgot about this entirely. All right, we've got some more money to work with in the treasury is the side effect, so I guess we can do this. I'm going to queue up... No, I can't. I'm just... All right, let's do this. This is Homeland Dominion. It's 480 plus another 300 plus another 20, so, It's worth it. It's worth it to do that. And I think we're not going to get interrupted in 5 turns. All right, here, now.
Yes, master.
I just want to get to the high pass. All right, it is still rebel held. Now, there could be a giant stack of Adunabar besieging it now. I guess we should probably check that out. No, there's not. Nothing. All right, this is great. So this is full of rebels. It's orcs, trolls, wargs, and one guy. It's just a regular guy unit in there. No one's attacking it yet. Awesome. That is good. It means I don't have to worry about the Bjornings just yet, and I don't have to worry about Adunabar coming from that side. So we'll bring you back around. All right, that looks like there's 4 units here. I think we're going to just go with this. This arguably is not worth very much to us. There's a family member in there, and there's a unit of Grim Spears. This does have slightly higher walls, which could be a, arguably, I guess, a problem. But this unit is Cav, so he's not going to be on the walls, and there's no archers. So we could do an assault. We'd take some losses, but that's what the mercs are for, I guess. My thinking is this. We take Rivendell and we gift it to the elves. Maybe. This is not much use to a Mannish faction. This is an elvish type of province. Population is really low. And we can't do too much with it, at least for a little while. So I'm thinking we get in there, we loot it, we see if the elves want it. Maybe. Maybe. So that means I want to make sure I've got an emissary near elven territory, which I don't. Alright, so let's take you and bring you this way for now. Because we've got family members inside Brie that are going to protect against bribery, so we don't arguably need that. And what else? Okay, yeah, I guess that's all fine. We weren't attacked in Brie. And again, we're seeing no real developments out here. It looks like Dunland got beaten back by Rohan, but they're not ready to push north yet. And it's probably because Dunfrecka still exists, which is really quite good for us. We did build some more archers. I guess we have to take care of this. Oh, okay. We've got some good stuff here. Swords of the Shadow, Shadow Riders, and Dark Bows, and then we've got whatever you are. The units I have here are not great. I've got some up here, but I'm really hesitant to peel them away from Brie. I know I could move them right back, but I'm not liable to remember that. Well, we've got, we could get this Cav. It's just so expensive. But we are making money pretty decently. And we've got a family member who would show up as reinforcements. The big problem with this army is just the heaviness of it. You've got very, very formidable Shadow Riders. And these units are really strong. I'm not worried about the archers because we've got enough of those. But we do have a Spears of the Bridge. Let's get up on a hill and let's see what they do. Yeah, I think I'm happy with that. Let's do one last battle here. And I think this, depending on the terrain, I think this should go okay. Could be better. We don't want all the trees, but we've got 2 kind of serious melee units. Now, I don't want to lose either of these. And I want to use these Spears of the Bridge against the Cav and this guy against the Swordsman, I guess. But realistically, we want them back, right? We don't want to risk them. Okay, let's just move straight down. It's a shame they won't attack us because this is an awesome little map type to defend. You've got this cliff right on the side, right? And you can get around it to the back. So very occasionally the AI will send troops around to the back, and then you have kind of a fun King of the Hill scenario. But they are moving forward. Okay, this is a big bunch of Shadow Riders. I was hoping maybe it was like 10 of them or so. And then the Swords of the Shadow, I guess we'll see how many of them exist. We'll bring the other family member over. I don't know if he'll get over in time to really play a role. Right, Orc Raiders are marching. Let's just halt everybody because we can hit some of these units for sure. Right, Dark Bows are already firing. I don't care. Oh, the mercenaries are out front. Well, I guess that's okay too. Alright, you guys actually run out front. Oh my gosh. Alright, run everybody. 27. Okay, they are losing heavily. Yeah. Okay, this is going to be fine, I think. They're going to do a number on our archers, but we are killing some of them. Orc Raiders are withdrawing down to 15 men. These are the Dark Bows. I don't know where the swords are. Cultists are moving in. Okay. You rarely see these guys, like, in a threatening position, but I am a little worried about them here. Our archers are doing okay. And once we kill this guy, you know, I think it should work out. Oh, Dark Bows are charging us. Good. I mean, I guess.
Press forward so the spirit of his army is broken too.
Alright, let's throw in here with our Dunlending mercenaries. These Dark Bows are definitely more than the match for our own archers. But we're doing pretty well here. Alright, halt the bowmen. What's that? Swords of the Shadow are moving away. Looks like they're quitting the field. That's awesome. Let's halt the archers so they can get a few pot shots as these guys withdraw. We don't have any cav. I'm not going to bother to follow them. Okay, so we definitely didn't eliminate the force. We haven't killed enough, but we've at least taken out some Shadow Riders, and they'll have to go back to the border. They'll retreat to probably towards Weathertop. Yeah, we lost like 80 men. Another example of the AI really, you know, seeking out matchups that it can win, but maybe not looking at the whole picture, right? Like those Shadow Riders, you know, shouldn't have done that. It definitely killed a lot of us, but it wasn't enough. All right, so what I'll do probably off camera, unless this is a very interesting battle. What are you? You get Captain of the Hosts, +8 command. Again, this is not actual command. This is kind of like military rank. So this is good because we could give this title if there's multiple governors or, you know, family members in a stack. Give this title to whoever has the better command traits, right? Of course, the mercenary situation hasn't changed. Let's just hit you, and you're nothing interesting. So probably what I'll do is this. Off camera, I'm going to queue up this battle. We're going to take out this force, hopefully, kill a family member, kill a couple of annoying units, and then bring these guys back down to Ridmallen, which I think we could still take. Now, I may not want to assault it with this force, but they weren't doing anything in Greyholm anyway, right? Greyholm was simply waiting around for Dunland to attack, and that's not been happening. So we'll just slowly continue to build up our forces here. I think I will. Let's spring for a decent melee unit this time. Let's go for Mariner Swordsman because I think they'd be good to have them as Adunabar starts to bring more of its forces to bear. I will train another archer unit down here, and we'll just kind of keep doing that bit by bit. We've got Rivendell under siege. We've got spies moving around. Let's actually see if there's any big forces this side of, what is it, the Horwell? Yeah. I don't see anything. And it could be because I'm missing stuff that's hidden in the trees, but we might get quite the little coup here if we can do this well. Take Rivendell, and then maybe move over to Last Bridge. But otherwise, things are looking pretty quiet to the north. We've managed to hold on to Brie, and hopefully we'll have the funds to actually improve that. So I'll see you in the next episode. Take care until then.